with even more Football Manager, the most exciting stream on the internet. Me playing Football Manager. It's the middle of the season. If you joined us previously, it's the same season we were just barely starting last time. It's February. We're doing pretty well. So here's where we're at. We're third in the league, 6 points behind, but 11 points ahead of fourth. So that's pretty good. So we're almost certainly going to the playoffs, minimum. We have been a rough time. No, I mean, to be honest with you, I think we could have done better, but this is a no-scun save. My fucking midfielder is my top goal scorer. And that should tell you about everything you need to know about how the season's gone. The wingers should be scoring more, and they're not. We're playing in games where we're like shooting like 30 shots, getting 2 on goal. It's happening over and over again. It's just really tragic, frankly. And I blame the COVID. In real life, the COVID is about to disrupt the SPFL, apparently, the Scottish Professional Football League, or something like that. I don't actually know the name of it. The Premiership in Scotland. Aberdeen and Celtic have gotten in trouble for breaking the COVID quarantine, and they're all gonna die. I actually don't think that there's any actual cases of COVID amongst them yet. It's just that they somehow got in trouble for breaking it. I only briefly read that article. So here's our roster. We added a couple players afterwards. We got a new goalkeeper who's slightly better than our previous goalkeeper, who's going to be out of contract at the end of the season anyways. So this guy was the value. There were other goalkeepers available, but this guy was the price point value. You can see he's on little more than our old goalkeeper, but he beats him in a lot of categories, but he's not as good as a shot stopper, but I was hoping that would make it up for it. Honestly, he's conceded a number of goals so far, and I'm not sure that's actually that he's actually worked out. He's 10 appearances, 12 conceded. That's not great, is it? But hopefully that'll balance out once he gets bedded into the team. He's only played on those 12 games, so you can see his potential and his ability, his PA and his CA, I don't remember, is significantly higher. So I don't know. Did we add anybody else? Oh yeah, we added this striker who hasn't really worked out either. He's significantly better than our other strikers, but he's not scoring. He's getting a lot of appearances, and he's just not making goals. And you can see here, he's had 5 starts and 3 substitutions, and 1 goal. So the turnaround on that is not great. And you can see McKee is probably the other primary starter. He's at 15 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists. Again, not great. And then Scullion here is the other striker, and he's at 11 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. But the real problem, like I said, is that we're not getting the production from the wings that we were getting last season. The last season, Logan Martin was our number 1 assister with double-digit assists. 15 assists, something like that. And Jordan Cox was our double-digit scoring leader. And he's not doing it either. So we're shooting a lot. We're not scoring much. And it's hurt us a little bit in the overall, but I mean, we're in the playoffs, or so far. Obviously, there's a couple months left to play of football. You can see that we are out of the Scottish Cup without a big match, which hurts the coffers. You can see that we went out of the Tunnocks Wafer Cup in the quarterfinal. I have no idea what the Tunnocks Wafer Cup is. But I think that's a cookie. You think that's a cookie? I don't know. But a lot of draws, a lot of mixed results here. We did lead the league for a little bit, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. It's still not locked up. We haven't booked a ticket to the playoffs, and we haven't lost the league yet. So it could happen. I'd really like to go up to the championship. I think there'll be better players and more money there. So I guess we'll see if that's actually the case, though. I was a little late today because I had to vote this morning. That's always fun. While I was there voting, a man was kicked out for not wearing a mask correctly. His nose was sticking out, and for wearing a T-shirt that advertised his candidate of choice. I'll let you guess who his candidate of choice was, which is weird because that candidate of choice is not in any way, shape, or form involved in this election. This was a election for statewide offices and state and district specific offices in the state. Hey, His Majesty King Horse, how you doing? So we voted for states. We voted for senator, congressional rep. This is in the primary. We voted for the Senate primary, the congressional rep primary, and our state house primary. So, not interestingly enough, so there's 4 parties on the ballot in the state I live in. The Grassroots Cannabis Party. I actually wrote you in for president, His Majesty King Horse. Though I just wrote HMKH, and I'm not sure they're going to understand who I meant. But I left my phone number on the form too if they need clarification. I don't think they can call, but it's there. So HMKH. So we have the Grassroots Cannabis Party, the Legalize Marijuana Now Party, then the Republican Party, and then our Democratic Party, which is a little bit different than the National Party. But yeah, so very empty. We vote in the City Hall entryway, which is actually in the first floor of a nearly abandoned mall. So it's like Dawn of the Dead, where you walk into a mall and there's nothing in there except like they've got like fake props in the windows of the empty units of the mall. It's pretty weird. In the mall, there's an antique store, which is actually just full of crap. They're not drug addicts. I actually don't understand why there are 2 cannabis-related parties in this state. But and legalizing cannabis in this state is a function of the Republican Senate won't vote for it. Won't even allow the bill up. The House is in the hands of the Democrats in the state, and the governor himself has said he'll sign a bill that goes through. But the Republicans aren't interested in even allowing the vote to come to the Senate. So they're not even letting their members choose whether or not to vote for it. Obstruction of stuff like that is really disturbing to me. Like, if you think an idea doesn't have merit or isn't appropriate, then let it be voted on. But if you use like parliamentary tactics to prevent democracy, I mean, I think you suck. I don't like you. It's really common strategy, and it goes across parties. People will prevent measures they disagree with from being voted on. That's fundamentally undemocratic. I guess you want to keep nonsense out of legislative agendas, but legitimate political issues that have, some measure of support, I'd rather see them defeated than not voted on. But, anyways. So, I voted. It was a very surreal experience. Just a bunch of old election judges. I think a lot of people don't know how to vote. It always seems to me that it's like people's first time voting when I go, but it's always like people in their 60s and 70s anyways. So, defeated by whoever votes against it, or suppose. Like a notion or an idea not passed or voted for. So call it what you will. But like if a particular provision or policy is voted on and does not pass or is actively voted against, that's arguably the system working. But I realize it's a little more complex than that. But what isn't complex is that preventing issues from being voted on, bills from being considered, that have reached a certain level of popular support is definitely broken. someone votes against a good policy, they defeat themselves. I suppose that's true. I'm substantially to the left of most of the American political spectrum on most issues and most ideas. But I'm also firmly in the corner of limiting overt limitation of personal behavior via government via law. But I'll accept things that are voted on over things that are ordered. So, like, I consider executive order as basically the number one indication of decay of, the function of a democratic government. So, and this is true regardless of party, because if you can't accomplish something through legislation, then unfortunately you just don't get to accomplish it. I mean, I'm a free waffle person, so I don't support pancakes. No, I like pancakes, but I prefer French toast. Yeah, I mean, there's no question. Executive orders, and it really is not a matter of party. If you look, there's a clear growth of executive orders over the long term in the history of the country. Not just over the short term, because there is some peaks and troughs as it goes, but specifically Bush and Obama both used executive orders far to the excess of what is appropriate, which should probably only be reserved for emergency situations. And they both did so because they felt like they couldn't accomplish their policy through legislation. And it's just like, that is not the way it is supposed to happen. If you can't get the bill passed, you can't get the bill passed. You don't just get to wave your magic dictator wand. Your dictator wand. Dictator. It's time to play him. It's time to play the game. So we got a match coming up. You can see we've developed relationships. We didn't even get this far in the last season. It just wasn't this good. Team's already been selected. This is a league match against Mount Rose, so we need the points. We've been struggling. Hopefully the randomization gods will respect my authority. Come on, guys. Play your own game. I was getting into the deep rape roleplay of this yesterday, but it takes a little bit to slide into. So waffles are good, right? But like, you have to have a specialized appliance to make waffles. You have to have a waffle iron, right? And so I don't have a waffle iron. I do have a Foreman grill that used to have a waffle item, but I don't know where it is. My wife's prefers French toast. I prefer French toast as well. Pancakes, they're fine, I guess. If the choice is no breakfast for pancakes, I will take pancakes. But frankly, I'd rather have eggs. Just eggs. Eggs on toast. We have 2 disallowed goals there, and then a goal. So this is already statistically kind of out of the whack for us, because usually we're making a lot of shots and not actually producing from it. Here we've made very few shots. Monteros aren't better than us too, so we should be beating them. So it's time to beat my players. Hey, I am not happy with your performance out there. Do you understand me? You gotta play better. Play better. That's all the tactics talk you need. Real life too. If someone just shouts at you, play better, you'll definitely that'll definitely work. Definitely. At 60, we'll throw a sub down. Not producing from our striker again. Big surprise. Let's sub a striker in. Play better. Oh, this is a sleeper. I watched United play yesterday against Copenhagen, and they won. They won on a penalty. The penalty was softish, but there's a lot of soft penalties. I don't really give a shit. The game was extremely one-sided, and barring a couple mistakes from Manchester United's midfielder Fred, the other team, Copenhagen, did not produce at all. They had no shots on target. Their goalkeeper had a fantastic game, making a number of good saves. But they didn't do anything themselves. But the way the psychology works around, hey, look, we could actually win it. The way the psychology works around Manchester United, everyone thinks that Manchester United, despite 7 years of slump, everyone thinks that they should be the greatest team in the world and they should be blowing teams out of the water. But like, realistically, United have been kind of middle of the pack for the last 7 years, and fandom that hates on United because of their period of ascendancy is no longer in place. It's really weird. I don't get it. I mean, just like watch your own team. Like, that's fine. Just watch your own team. You don't need to take joy in others failing. Though I understand why that's erotic for some people. Erotic football. Ooh. All right, so we picked up a few points there. That's all right. 2 points on Wraith. I'd really like to win the league again. We won last season, of course, the lower league, but good job, Poddington. I don't pay enough attention to know what you actually did, so yeah, okay, your defensive work was great. All right, so we'll just we got another match at the end of the week here, so we'll just rotate here. We'll put McKee in, Wallace in for Logan Martin, put Scott Smith in. Mulan is playing. The only song I know from Mulan is Make a Man Out of You. Is there other songs from Mulan? Probably, but every time I see that guy, I end up talking about Mulan. The Mulan movie that's never being released. It was put in the can. It's a live-action Mulan movie that Disney made that is not coming out anytime soon. Speaking of anytime soon, the board is very pleased that we're not going down. 5 years ahead of schedule, we're an established team. They had really, really weird club vision. And they wanted me to make the most of set pieces, but I just, I don't even have a set piece tactic in. I just let them all run around. Play entertaining football. What the fuck does that mean? And high tempo pressing football. We don't do that either. This is a possession tactic. This is work the ball into the box. Be more expressive. Play the ball out by the goalkeeper playing the ball to the back line. There is some defense, but it's not pressing. It's not G-Gen press or something like that. Not even close. Onward to victory. So yeah, I didn't have a chance to read the news or anything this morning because I had to go vote. So I have no idea what's happening in the world. Lebanese ex-porn star and activist Mia Khalifa auctions off infamous glasses for Beirut blast victims. Okay. There's so much wrong with this. Activist? Is she an activist? I mean, I don't really know. And then her glasses? Novelty glasses are the best prop. I'll sign them. Take one last Polaroid. Polaroid? What fucking century is it? Okay. So, I mean, sure. I don't think Mia Khalifa is, particularly attractive. I always wondered how she got a porn career, to be honest with you. I don't dislike her or anything, but she's got very large breasts. She's kind of, I mean, she's not ugly. Don't get me wrong. I suppose, I suppose Mia Khalifa's not out of the range of typical porn star attractiveness. Sharp knees and all that. In all seriousness, though, I've never understood her appeal. I do like RPGs on a girl, so that's all right. Hey, why do you have a pair of glasses on display? I've bought Mia Khalifa's Come Sane glasses for $100,000. It's for charity. It's for charity. I don't, auctioning off porn star props. They're always bigger when you're up close. I don't judge. Yeah, I judge. I'm a judging person. Humans are the judging animal. The difference between us and tigers is that before we eat our victims, we tend to make a judgment about them. I've given up telling this guy he's practicing poorly because he's always the worst at practice. It's not working. It's not working. I've always found that weird, the whole the judgment thing. It's like, I let people live their lives however they want, but I definitely have an opinion about how people choose to do things or choose to behave. I'm never going to hide that opinion. You're free to have your own, and you can have one about me as well. As long as you don't actually try to affect my life, think what you want, say what you want too. But I'm definitely gonna judge. I'm gonna judge Mia Khalifa's porn later on when I'm alone. I have no idea what her personality is or anything like that. And I can't say I've ever even watched a video with Mia Khalifa in it, but I'm aware of her primarily from the post-porn period. Because I assume she actually doesn't do porn anymore, because porn careers tend to be quite short, right? She's bitching about being a billionaire, not being a billionaire from having sex. I don't know. Does anybody get that rich? From having sex? I don't particularly anything is owed riches for that. I would agree. No one is really owed riches from being in porn. My understanding is that being in a specific porn movie may earn you several $1,000s if you are a high-profile female star. But you generally don't get any sort of residuals or after money from it. And that explains the proliferation of the subscription-based services as well. God damn it. Man, I don't want to have to go back to my other goalkeeper. This guy was supposed to be an improvement, but we are just conceding nonstop. I'm going to have to yell at my goalkeeper. I'm going to call him Civvy, because he's like a sieve now. You do porn for less than several $1,000s. Yeah. Well, I don't think you have to, for what it's worth. God damn it. Come on. Ewan Smith is taking a knock and is indicating he wants to come off. It looks like it could be a damaged foot. That's my defensive midfielder. Well, the good news is, there's no good news. Hey, we brought one back. I think that a lot of people are moving to OnlyFans and Patreon and stuff like that for porn because it's much more lucrative. And it used to be that only softcore models were doing stuff like that. But now there's hardcore OnlyFans porn, right? And Patreon stuff. It used to be just here's my hot photo sets and where I'm dressed as a character from, I don't know, professional wrestling or something like that. It's my Macho Man Randy Savage cosplay porn. I'm, trying to deal with that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at my asshole. But now there's hardcore, really fucking crazy shit. OnlyFans isn't as good as the free stuff. You know what I hate though, right? I don't actually consume that much porn for what it's worth, but I have noticed that since the COVID, Reddit is just full of people with OnlyFans, and the subreddits on Reddit really need to block the OnlyFans stuff or prohibit it, because it's really gotten into it's really lowered the quality of the amateur porn. You guys fucking suck. Show me something else in the next half. All right, tactics. We have to take Ewan Smith out because he's hurt. Put Scott Brown in because he's the. Oh no, we have to reverse these guys like that. Yeah. There's no other necessary sub right now, so. Are we thinking about loaning a defensive midfielder from my affiliate club, and we'll see how badly Ewan Smith is. 60th minute. We gotta get level here. We gotta score. Let's see. We've already done one sub, but I don't want to sub out Cox, though he's not been scoring, so subbing the Cox. We are gonna sub Cox. We're gonna put Logan Martin where he belongs on the right side. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. What was I bitching about? Reddit is pretty jank. A lot of basic bitch opinions and bias. Yeah, but it's a discussion forum. So what else is it supposed to be? You know, I don't think it ever has the potential to be more than that. Is what I'm saying. Like it's oh my god, which fucking Body Biabi is just tearing us apart. The fuck? Look at this jump. Look at this jump. Look, how does this guy score goals at all? This is like my real life stats. Finishing 10, composure 8. Only if I get to stay offside. Like, we suspend the offside rule just for me. Everybody else has to stay on onside, but I don't. That's the only way I'm playing. I'll just hang out with the goalkeeper, and if the ball comes close, I'm really clinical. But I'm not sprinting. Oh my god, we got fucking blanked here. I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna be aggressive. I mean, every subreddit is a self-selecting community of people who are generally in agreement with a certain mainline opinion. And so I guess it's an echo chamber, but it's really more like it's really more just like a people join a specific team, and if you go into that team with your own separate opinions, you know, yeah, I mean, they're not gonna like you. I don't know what else to say besides that. I'm not a fan of that behavior, but that's how all communities are, and everywhere and everything, right? Like, orthodoxy is enforced regardless of ideology. So, far left or far right, center right, whatever, center left, there is a set of acceptable opinions, and those are enforced by the community members of that group. And I think that's everywhere. Every community, online or in person, functions in more or less the same way. That's how communities generally work, is how I think of it. But damaged foot, 12 days to 3 weeks, that's serious. And he got injured too, so Diaby ripped us apart. He ripped us apart. Oh great, our striker finally fucking scored. Meanwhile, let's go check with Hamilton real quick. Who is our Hamilton is our senior affiliate team, and they should have a. We're gonna go back a goalkeeper as well. They should have a defensive midfielder that we can loan for a little bit, possibly. Okay, we're not getting him or him. This guy's on loan from Milan, huh? I don't think we'll be able to loan him either. This guy's hurt. He's pretty good. Alright, what about in their reserves? He had one earlier this season for like 2 months. It was not that guy. This guy? It was not that guy either. Is he in there under 18s? Nope. Might have been this guy. Yeah, let's take this guy out on loan for like 3 weeks or 1 month. We should be able to get him. We can't do a short-term loan with him. I don't really want to carry him around until the end of the year, even though he's free. He would play in like 2 or 3 matches. The cheapest guy on the market. You mean, like, I don't know if I can actually sign someone right now because of the window is closed, but I might be able to sign somebody for free. Loaning from my parent club would be great if there was a player worth loaning. This guy plays at Hamilton, but he's not in the right position. I would like to improve. I generally don't like to sign players that aren't... Let's look at loan options at all. Wow. I'll loan this guy from Ross County. He's on my short list for transfer. He's up this year. I'd want him here in this position. He's all right. He's actually better than my starter there, isn't he? Ewan Smith. Let's compare with Smith Ewan. Yeah, he's better in a lot of ways. His vision's better, his speed, physical, and mental are quite a bit better. He's not as good on the attack, but I don't even know what that means. And he's inferior in the air, but it's not hugely important. This guy's also on my list, my short list. DLP support is his best position. He's also at Ross County, and he's also available for loan. I'll probably have to pay for these guys. Let's compare him with... this is that Canadian kid, right? Yeah. Alright, Isaac Christie Davies would be ideal, I think. He's a little bit better than Harry Patton. I don't think we'll be able to loan him for free. Make an offer, loan. They want 60% wage. But the season's almost over, so it'll actually probably only be like 10K. So I don't think I need to worry about that. Right here it says wage contribution of 100%. It doesn't matter. The season's almost over. The board's only allowing this much. 60%. Let's get rid of that. So it's only 1.72K a month. Like, why is the board so picky about that? Also, this guy's on a free right now. He'll be out of contract at the end of the year. They want more money, but the board's not going to let me. The board is not going to let me. There's a thing about that, right? Yeah, this. We'll make the necessary arrangements. Oh, they're going to do it for me. So we'll see if that actually happens. I don't know that I've ever pressed that button before. It's hard to improve this late in the season because chemistry is so important in the game. All I'm really concerned with is finishing the playoffs. I would like to win, but it is what it is. Last season, I won the league on 65 points. And it's the same size league. But there's a lot more points up for grabs right now than 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's what, 27 points up for grabs still? So it looks like this league is gonna finish on a much higher total. Alright, so they offered 100%. So if he wants to come, they'll let us do it. Now it's up to him. Wow, Rangers blanking the shit out of Aberdeen. Holy shit. That's a slaughter. That's in the Scottish Cup, which looks like now it'll be what? Rangers versus Hearts or Dundee. So let's Rangers get the title. Alright, Hearts won. Rangers Hearts in the Cup final. See what the scouts have found. They're so bad. My scouts are so bad. Jesus, all those guys are garbage. So let's see. Try to crank through the rest of the season here. He is coming on loan. Okay, we need him. Great. So he's here for the rest of the season. Thank God. Here he is. We will fuck it. We'll start him in the next match. And this guy's terrible, and he's leaving at the end of the season. So there's no reason to like preserve minutes for him. I've swapped out my goalkeeper because he's performing so poorly. It makes him look like a massive waste. But I did sign him on a free. But I also signed him for 3 years. So that didn't pay. That hasn't paid off very well yet. We'll give him another chance. Probably at the beginning of next season when he's the only goalkeeper on the staff. Unless McDowell is equally bad. I don't know why we were conceding so much. Alright, so Ewan Smith is not worth this wage. So I'm almost certainly going to let him go. Tony Wallace I'm definitely letting go, so set for release. Scott Smith is definitely leaving, so set for release. Craig McDowell is also definitely leaving, so set for release. So I don't know about Ewan Smith. He's such a weird player with this high attacking stat, but the ability to play as a central defender is so strange. His composure is really good, and so is his finishing. He's kind of like a useful utility player. He's certainly he's in the top third of wages as well. I think we're just gonna let him go. He can go play for someone else. Scout here, this guy's shit. So let's look for 2 scouts right now and see what we can see. 6 and 8 and 7 and 6. See if we can improve for scouts. We probably can. Maybe. There's a scout here. Oh, this guy's much better though. He'll be at scout. Oh, he's so cheap. Let's get him for those 2 years. Alright, and we're gonna have to dump a scout for that. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of scouts available that will be better than our existing scouts. That guy is probably the best of them. He's a little bit better. This guy, Mark Patton, he can be a scout. He's 3 times more expensive than the other scout. How about that much? That much? All right, let's fire both the scouts. Just right now. Their contracts are up, so we're just gonna fire them. It'll cost us like $500 or 500 euro pounds dollars. Mutual termination for 2. Yeah, 500 euros. 500 euros. Good, they're gone. We're improving the scout book there, and then who else? Okay, so we are getting rid of this guy. However, we're gonna wait until the end of the youth period here. So we'll replace this guy in April once he's done bringing in the new people. So it doesn't matter. And then the goalkeeping coach, Aaron Shanahan. We'll probably get a better goalkeeping coach. 778. Let's look. Staff search. Clear. Hello? Hello? Thank you very much. Pick goalkeeper. Coach roles. Goalkeeping. Overall. Let's see. 778 or so. There's a much better coach right here. Whoa! Wow, this guy's so much better. I bet I can't pay this guy. He's so much better that there's no way I'll be able to pay him. Let's try. That's 134k. It's interesting that he'll come work for me because he's so good. Here we go. Graham Hines. Oh, this. Oh. What? Don't I have a Hines in my team? Yeah, I have John Hines as my AM. Are they related? Probably not. Unless they just don't like each other. He's actually worse. Okay, he's significantly better. His determination's a little low, but he's significantly better. So can we sign you, Mr. McFarlane? Okay, he wants a lot of money. So probably not. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to sign this guy. He wants 28k. I can pay you 15. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's drop down one more. See if there's anybody worthwhile here. No. Hines Hamilton. Oh, this is the guy who wanted like 130. No, okay, wait, hold on a second. Why is that guy? This guy's cheap. He's very good. Oh, his non-skill stats aren't great. Well, he's still better than what I have. So let's sign this guy for a couple years. We'll give him a cut. He'll do it. All right, so let's can our goalkeeping coach. This guy right here, Aaron Shanahan. Aaron, you're fired. Go back to Ireland. Goodbye. So new scouts and new goalkeeping coach come in, and I could probably improve in the other categories, but they're not out of contract just yet. So I think we'll wait. Who's Jadon Sancho playing for? He's at Arsenal. That's crazy. Can you imagine Arsenal paying for Jadon Sancho? How much did he cost? Arsenal bought him for 113 million euros. There is no way that would ever happen. I would be surprised if Arsenal paid 113 million euros during the entire transfer window for multiple players. I'd be shocked if that happened. That's funny too. It's slightly less than what the BVB was demanding United pay, but it doesn't look like he's going to United unless something changes. It looks like BVB think that they don't have to sell him and they're not going to. I think that being worth 120 million euros, which is what they want for him, I think that's a little high, but players are expensive now, so I don't think it's as high as people feel like it is. That is approximately half, well, it's approximately 3/5 of the television money that a team would get a year in the Premiership. So it's a lot of cash. Yes, it's my new goalkeeping coach. Yes, one scout. Training coaches, head coaches. I can do both of those. I'm slightly improved in that position. Could undo this. Leave him here. He can't really do fitness. See, I because I came into this with my player character with such high stats. It's a little OP, frankly. But I don't care. I didn't want to play the low skill version that I normally play. Alright, so not much football being played. Now we gotta go back to our scout assignments now. Yeah, man, not signing any of those guys. One of them should automatically have gone on to... Yeah, well, I can't remember even hiring a chief scout. Alright, so none of them are on. Okay, so let's see. This guy's probably our best choice for the next opposition. Mark Patton. So team. Ongoing reports on next opposition. Mark Patton. Start assignment. Then this guy on age and well, let's just do age. Is at most 23, and then do it until forever. Andrew McMath, confirm, and then we'll leave the chief scout unassigned so he can do scout for us when on demand. It's nice to improve your staff. It's a bit time consuming, but I like to do it. Ewan Smith damaged foot still. It's okay, Ewan. We loaned out your replacement. In fact, it's quite possible you'll never play again for us. But it's more likely that Scott Smith won't really play much. Okay, yeah, let's go. John Schoolin's not fully fit. He's playing every third game or so. And he's not fully fit. Alright, boys. Look, you're playing like shit. And it's not okay. And Craig McDowell, show me what you got. He was nervous. They looked at Dunbarton on aggregate over to early in the season, and they do have a good squad. Oh, good. We're conceded right away. Ah, man, we're just leaking goals. We need, like, the greatest goalkeeper of all time. But when I looked in the window, there really was... There was nobody but Horgan. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This is very interesting. When I quit playing last night, we were literally generating over 20 shots a game. And then like 2 or 3 of them would be on target. Now, man, 10 shots in the first half. It looks like 8 shots in the first half. It's kind of absurd, the contrast. 10 shots. I'm gonna have to get aggressive. Show a bit of desire. Come on, you fuckers. Start the second half. Hey, we got a goal. That's Cox. He hasn't scored much. Especially since last season where he was #1 scorer. We'll do a sub here. Probably from Martin. He's looking a bit tired. Let's put McKee in for Martin. McKee is not great on the right, but he's a good player. He's got good finishing. So. Come on, come on. No. Not getting shit from this team. It's very rough. Let's do the left back here. And we're gonna yell at him. Demand more. Work harder. Work harder, you bitches. And they're not working harder. I don't like it. 5 minutes of injury time. Looks like Craig Story needs a bit of a rest, so we'll drop Smith in. I looked Craig's story up in real life yesterday, and it doesn't look like he's actually playing football. Looks like he's out of the game. God damn it. I am extremely disappointed in you gentlemen. We're a much better team than this, and we're just falling to pieces. I blame me. I'll be right back.